Okay, showing the books right off the bat, and then I'll get into the stories about all the books and filming all that after. But let's go on with it. Long Hot Summer. Nowhere Men. Volume 1. They're Not Like Us, Volume 1. And Volume 2. Sunburn. Volume 1 of 1, it's no OGN, but still Volume 1. The Warning, Volume 1. Almighty, Volume 1. OGN means there's no, like, issues collected in them. It's all one. Syphon, Volume 2. Edenwood, Volume 1. Because usually, like, with the Edenwood, there's the issues collected in this book. So it's not an OGN. But Sunburn, there's no issues of it previously released. It was just all in one. It's an OGN. Original graphic novel. Petrol Head, Volume 1. Midlife, Volume 1. Axcend, Volume 1. Not Ascend. Deadliest Bouquet, Volume 1. Silver Coin, Volumes 1, 2, and 3. And the definition of last, but certainly not least, is Freshmen Volumes 1 and 2. Now, if I had uploaded the video I just recorded, 43-minute video I just recorded of my complete June haul, I would have forgotten about Freshmen. And the reason why I forgot about Freshmen was because, so I'm helping my dad, I was helping out my dad today with yard work today. And I had a little break, so I filmed my last comic haul of June that you saw yesterday. It was uploaded yesterday, but I recorded today. So I record these videos back to back. When I get the last comics of the month, I record back to back the last comic haul of the month, and then complete blank haul of that month year. No, so I filmed, you know what I'm saying. So I had enough time to film the last comic haul of the month video, and I was putting in the books, and I was like, wait, I still gotta record June 2024 complete graphic novel haul. And then I was like, okay, so let's put Freshmen back on the floor. I gotta get back outside. I'm spending enough time as it is. I gotta get back outside and help my dad out because my break was over. So the whole ass back out there. Then when I came back in from helping him out because it's all done, I forgot about Freshmen. Did the whole entire recording, and I was in the middle of doing like the end, like the, if you will, the credits. You know, like they had credits. I talked through the credits kind of thing. I don't have credits, but kind of just like the last things, like, oh, here's what we'll be doing next few videos, like all this stuff I do at the end. Everything I do after I say you guys can leave now, because I've already shown off all the comics. And by the way, for those of you who don't want to know who the writers and artists are, or anything like that, I just want to see what the books were. You already saw them. You can leave now if you want to. I don't mind. I just want to start doing the end of the month, so just show them all off, and then I'll talk about them after. So if you always want to see what the books are, there you go. You only wasted what, like 2 minutes? Yeah, 2 minutes. I know it's 3.5 minutes right now, but I'm subtracting about a minute from now because that's why how long it's taking me to do after this thing. But yeah, and then it's like, oh man, I forgot, and it was like 43 minutes. Had I not spent almost the entire day doing yard work, I would have been a lot more pissed off because I'm already far behind on my reading with the yard work. And yeah, okay, now I'm 2 hours behind, but. Or an extra hour behind. I say 2 hours, the 2 videos I just uploaded, but yeah, it's been a lot. This has been one of those like bad filming days where if like everything with recording that goes wrong with recording videos has gone wrong. First off, it said no storage for part 1, which I'm glad it did because I didn't have Freshmen on it, and I have Freshmen in here, so I'm glad it got cut out early. But yeah, but let's get on to them again. Just showing again, going over the artist, the author, anything worth mentioning. Let's get on with it. The extended edition, if you will. Long Hot Summer, written by Eric Stevenson, with artwork done by Jay McKelvey. This is the shortest book I own. Now, Norway has what this book was going for in dimension-wise, but does it perfectly. You can still see it on your shelf. Yeah, it's smaller, but it's not shorted this. It's shorted this way, but not this way. but this one is shorter this way and that way. So putting it on my shelf, I can't even see it. If I wanted to hide this book, and when someone's going, like my parents or whatever, go on my, or my sisters go on my shelf, I want to hide this book, then there you go, perfect. But I have no reason to hide this book whatsoever. So it's really weird. I can still read the words just fine, but it's just like, why make it this short? And if you want to make it, see the artwork on the way. If you want to make it this short, do what Norway did. Norway did it perfectly. Smaller size book, but perfect size regardless. But it's whatever, you know. It was the last Eric Stevenson book I needed. Yes, technically, and it's kind of funny is the other one I need from him that I count it anyways is 4 Ledger Worlds. Same exact dimensions and same reason why I got rid of that book was the same reason I'm keeping this one, even though like same downside, same negatives. It's that so small, yada yada. But also 4 Ledger Worlds was when I was like, even then I was always skeptical for getting it. I was skeptical of buying it. I only bought it because it was so cheap, and I was kind of I know it's an anthology, but it was kind of like yeah. And then I found out there's one I won a lot more. That was also an anthology, but it was 80 pages at least per anthology book, or like 40 pages, a lot of pages per anthology. There's a significant amount of book dedicated to these authors, and 2 of them were Grant Morrison. So you had like 100 pages worth of Grant Morrison. So I was like, getting that one instead, sell back for the Worlds, and then get what was it again? It was, I should know. Yesterday's Tomorrow was the book I got instead, the Grant Morrison book. It was much better purchase. It was a really nice dimensions. It was almost the size of your Black Label books. Softcover, but still almost the same size as those Black Label DC books. The Prestige Plus ones, like your Batman Damned. So it's nice little dimensions. So the artwork will pop out even more, even better. Nowhere Men, Volume 1, Fate's Worse Than Death. Written by Eric Stevenson, with artwork done by Nathan Bellegarde, and colored by Jordi Belair. Lettering and design is done by Phonographics. Now this one, of the 2 Eric Stevenson books that I have read, I have not read Long Hot Summer, but of the 2 Eric Stevenson books I've read, this was by far the weakest. So this is yet another library had him, I like him so much, or they're significant enough that I want to buy myself. And that will continue on until at least December. So this whole entire year, you will have at least 2 books in my comic hauls for that month. That'll be books I've read before, because the library has them, it's so significant, or I like them so much, that I bought myself. But Nowhere Men, Volume 1. Fate's Worse Than Death. And I show you artwork, let's do it again. So the reason why this book I didn't like as much as the next one, the pacing. They have a lot of, even when I skipped all this, because it's like, that's way too much for me to read, I don't care. Even then, the pacing was off, so not liking that much. But I still like it enough. It's a serviceable book, 6 out of 10, it was good. I remember liking it enough. But the next one is definitely an 8 out of 10 book, maybe even 9 once I reread it. Oh wait, before I go to the next book, so this book, Nowhere Men, the next book, and one of the other books I'll be showing off. I'll be reiterating what that book is when I show it off. But all those books were the first 6 issues. So this one collects 1 through 6. Nowhere Men, Volume 1, Fate's Worse Than Death, collects 1 through 6. 7 to 11 were never featured in any trade paperback, any collected edition. Unless you were lucky enough to get the issues when they came out, the floppies, you have to get them on the Kindle. Unless you find them I would say to get them on the Kindle, unless you can get them for $1 each at your local comic shop. Other than that, I would say just bite the bullet like I did, like I had to, and get the last 2 issues on the Kindle. That's what I did. And it was a lot of money, because I get 6 issues of this. I accidentally bought issue 6 again, even though it's in here. Then I had to buy 4 issues of the next series and 5 issues of another series. That all equaled up to $30 I spent. Even taking up issue 6, it's still a lot of money. $30 spent on just Kindle books. I don't like doing that. I like spending maybe 15 at most. That's only if I get like them for free, or like $3 to the Kindle credit. My Kindle credit. That I got right at the back. That was easy. I was like, yep, because you bought so much on the Kindle. Here's a Kindle credit for $3, which I think is a nice thing. I think it should be $5, but it's a nice little gesture. I got $3 off a book, but Nowhere Man Volume One. Next up, this one is the one I liked a lot more than Nowhere Man, and issues 13, 14, 15, and 16 I had to get on the Kindle, again, along with Nowhere Man. But this series is Eric Stevenson's They're Not Like Us. This time, the artist is Simon Gain, but the colorist is still Jordi Belair, and the letterer and designer is still Phonographics. This is the first time I said that without messing up. I kept saying artist Jordi Belair, and I was like, no, colorist. So there you go. That's it. The benefits of doing 50 cuts. Now, I should make that video. The benefits. I'm making that video. Making that video. If I have a slow week, or I want to upload another video, like I have like 5 straight days of video, and want to take 6 straight days of video, I can do that. That'd be a good video to do. Do a live stream on it. And like, basically be like a, like a little, advice people, like, don't get discouraged, you know, it sucks to do 600-700 cuts, because you keep forgetting to mention something, or mistakes keep happening, or whatever, but it's all worth it in the end, and all the benefits, like this one right here, like I remember to mention everything, and it was, like, flawless. They're Not Like Us, Volume 2, Us Against You, written by Eric Stevenson, artist still is Simon Gain, colorist is still Jordi Belair, and the letterer and designer is still Phonographics. Now, for Volume 2s, if I have Volume 1, if I bought Volume 1 the same month, I have it with me, and then Volume 2, I'm not going to show the artwork for Volume 2, it's just going to be Volume 1. Main reason is just in case there's any spoilers for Volume 2, like right at the back of spoilers. Now, They're Not Like Us is, let's see the thumbnail. Thumbnail, YouTube, thumbnail. They're Not Like Us, the main comparison I can make is that Image Comics' answer to the Doom Patrol. Very similar without it being a ripoff. This plot points are a little bit similar. Like, not the same, but similar. Again, I'm saying the word similar. If you like one, you like the other. If you like Doom Patrol, you'll love this. If you like this one, you'll love Doom Patrol. And I'll definitely be reading the Grant Morrison run Doom Patrol soon. Well, finishing it, because I started it a long time ago. I really like that. That was the whole reason why I got into Patrol, was because of his run. I was just a volume, and Grant Morrison too. I started Volume 1. Whatever was released for free on the Kindle way back when. It's not free anymore, because DC Comics had a purge, getting rid of almost everything but Flashpoint. They had them for Prime Reading. I say Prime Reading. That's what I meant when I said free on Kindle. It was Prime Reading. And you get up to, it's basically the poor man's Kindle Unlimited. You got Prime anyways, here you go, some free books. They're generous enough. Honestly, if I went through every single graphic novel, whether or not it interested me or not, I just was completist in me, I would probably be fine for the next few months at least. And that's if I limited my physical comical reading. I've only read like 3 of these, like 3 issues of this per day. Again, issues are collected in here. Again, 7 to 12, 6 issues collected in here. Not an OGN. Next one up is Sunburn, written by Andy Watson and drawn by Simon Gain. I believe colored too. Let's see. I didn't check that. Yeah, it just says art, Simon Gain. Story, Andy Watson. This one is another one I've read before, and not only is it one that I bought because of the pricing, because it's a thick book for a nice price. $20 for a thick book like this. I will always support comics like this. That not just for Image, but I'm reading Image books anyway. So yes, from Image, I will always support thick books at cheap price. There's actually one coming out pretty soon called Saucer County, and obviously I'm not gonna get something like if My Little Pony was ever bought by Image, I wouldn't get the My Little Pony Complete Collection Volume 1 if it was $15.99. I would not do that. But if it was Transformers, yeah, I'll do that. Obviously, I'm not gonna get books that don't pique my interest. Just to do that. Oh, books that are in my collection that I bought before. Sorry, books cheap price, thick book, cheap price. I'm not gonna do that for books that don't pique captivating interest, obviously. And this one I had read before. I liked it enough. I thought it was good enough. You know, it wasn't anything groundbreaking, but it was interesting. I mean, it kept my interest throughout. But it was very, like, I don't want to say by the numbers, because it had a bit more than that. But it was, she goes here to this, she goes to the vacation home with, I believe, her parents' friends. And I believe she likes it initially. She's like, oh, it's a nice little place. It's, you know, like everyone here. And some people she didn't like. But she starts liking it, and she meets a boy she likes. It's like romance, like, it's very, like, I don't want to say hallmarky, but very, of its nature. If you don't like romance, you won't like this book. It's not like Mean Girls, so it breaks the mold. No, this is for romance fans only. I'm a pretty big fan of romance. Big enough fan to where I will buy this and not regret buying it. And read it and not regret reading it. Because I haven't read this before. Ironically enough, this is the first time, because it was when they had their new system, when the library first had their new system, it was the very first time, I'm going to short one backwards, it was the very first time that, I realized, hey, if a book is too new, even though they say it's available, it's at this library, we have it in stock, it was too new, they're like, no, we're not going to interloan it to you because we have it only for like 2 weeks. We gotta make sure everyone else at the local library, our library, doesn't want it. First time I remember that happening. And wait. Yes, Sunburn, written by Annie Watson, drawn by Simon Game. And the reason for why, so you guys are probably saying to yourself, so they're not like us. You like that book so much. Why didn't you buy it soon enough? Well, there's a little, I forgot about this series for so long until I was watching a mini doc, Eye for Image. And I was rewatching, like, oh yeah, Eric Stevenson and all that guys, I want to read that again. And there you go. So now I want to mention something I was going to mention, the Eric Stevenson rule. That's a new rule I'm going to be making. That's what I'm coining the phrase as a new rule. It's called the Eric Stevenson rule. So Eric Stevenson has more than just Long Hot Summer. They're not like us and Nowhere Men, except for Image Comics. But the issues, they're only issues, and they're out of print, out of stock, it's hard to find. If that happens, and it's not the same series, like it's not all, they're not like us, or not all Nowhere Men, then I say, screw it, we're still gonna get Nowhere Men and Long Hot Summer, and they're not like us, but ignore everything else. Because for the most part, I like getting everything that the author has done for Image. Every last book. Unless it's Spawn, or Darkness, or Witchblade. Spawn, I just don't include Spawn. There's 50,000 spin-offs of Spawn. I'm never going to be able to get Spawn, unless I just get the compendiums, and even then I'm like, maybe I will. And then Darkness and Witchblade, I am getting complete collections. Which those are the best I can get, though. They do include the crossovers and one-shots and like that. And I believe miniseries, too. At least Witchblade Day. And I know Witchblade Day, because Witchblade had the Tales of Witchblade I collected. But yeah, they're not like us. Until I was watching the Eye for Image, yet again watching that. I love that mini doc. I was yet again rewatching the mini doc, Eye for Image. And I was like, oh yeah, Eric Stevenson, oh my god. It's the only way that I remembered it. It's crazy, I know. Now on to the other book that is only 5 issues up in trade form, and the rest I get on the Kindle, and that is The Warning by Edward LaRoche. Written and drawn by Edward LaRoche, the colorist is Brad Simpson. Another benefit is that I remember the name right at the bat. Because I've been doing so many damn cuts this video. The versions of this video. Now, issues 6 to 10 should have been collected in the trade, and a trade should have released. But this series must have been not popular enough to justify a Volume 2, because you can only get 6 to 10 on the Kindle. Or, if you're lucky enough, hobby form. The next Edward LaRoche book, and the main reason why I got both books, main reason why I got The Warning, and this is Almighty, Volume 1, The Third World America Saga, Part 1. Written and drawn, and everything done by Edward LaRoche. I'm assuming, at least. And this one, right off the bat, piqued my... I said it twice in a row, but right off the bat, piqued my interest. It's a biker gang kidnaps a girl in post-apocalypse, or far future, I say post-apocalypse, Earth 2098 this takes place in. So, there you go. Sci-fi and also action and adventure. Right up my alley. Next one up is Syphon Volume 2. Collecting 1 through 4 of Syphon. And I'll show all the credits right here. It's a bunch of credits. A bunch of colors and artists. And the first volume was written by Patrick Meany, who directed and I believe wrote the original of the Image Comics documentary. Not Eye for Image, but the documentary, full-length documentary. The Image Revolution. Eye for Image is like 8 minutes long to me, dog. It's right on their YouTube page. All I gotta do is go to their YouTube page, and it's right at their homepage, on their YouTube homepage. Their YouTube homepage, okay? The actual one, obviously. Not the YouTube homepage itself. That would be pretty cool. I do have to say for myself. I know I should the artwork of this book, but I gotta show it again, because why did I think I forgot? I don't know why. But Syphon Volume 2, 1 through 4. Of Syphon 2, obviously. Edenwood Volume One. So Syphon Volume 1, I was going to Syphon Volume 2 back in May, because of the funny of, Volume 1 I got last month. Volume 1 I got last year, last May. So, let's get it this May. 1 year later. Never ended up getting it obviously until June. The reason why that was is because it was it was released on May 28th, and I was like, do I want to wait that long? Do I want to wait 2 days after I'm opening the gifts so far? I don't know. And obviously, yeah, I had to wait for Hexagon Bridge, which is releasing the 29th, I think, actually. And I had to wait an extra day, wasn't it 28th? But anyway, 29th. But even then, I was like, but I think Syphon was like the 30th to 31st. It was ridiculous long amount of wait. I was like, nope, not waiting. I'm already pissed enough. I have to wait an extra day for Hexagon Bridge. So anyways, next one up is Edenwood. So I got this month. Volume 1. Written and drawn by Tony S. Daniel. But colors for the first issue is David Ramos. But for 2 to 5, it's Leonardo Peccarotti. Now this one is yet another Eric Stevenson rule, because the other series that Tony S. Daniel has done, that's not Edenwood, so I get Edenwood. If Edenwood 2 through 5 were under print, I would not have gotten it, but it's not. It's just Volume 1, and just the first 5 issues so far of Edenwood. But the other series he did is like infamously out of print. Volumes, I can't even tell which volume is which, and 2 of the volumes are like $30 each. Not getting that, and that's like used good, not used new or like new or used very good. No, used good. I'm not sacrificing used good. $30. That's a hell no for me, dog. Doesn't even seem like they even have all the volumes of the series. Like it's like volumes, maybe 4 volumes. The series itself is 26 issues. No way in hell they collected all that book in 4 volumes, when each volume is only 112 pages. So, yet again, I went by my Eric Stevenson rule and said, screw it, we are getting Edenwood. I wanted it. I've wanted it since I've ever heard it was coming out. Since I heard it's coming out. But only recently decided I'm going to hold off on it because of a stupid reason. Petrol Head, Volume 1. Collects 1 through 5 of the series, written by Rob Williams, with art, lettering, and graphic design done by Piper. And here is the artwork for Petrol Head. Now this one is one of the very few comics I own from Image that are rated E for everyone. Now, for the most part, I break my I don't really want to get E for everyone rule, because this is the last Rob Williams book I needed. And also, I'm going to show the artwork again, but there's a panel here. And the characters remind me a lot of Lunella Lafayette and her father. I don't know her father's name off the top of my head. But from Moon Girl Old Dinosaur from Marvel Comics. I found that funny. Where is it? There it is. Right there. Just immediately clicked. This is the thumbnail they used for the panel. There's a thumbnail they used for the in the Image Comics, I love that they do this. They have comic trailers on their website. And this is what they have for the thumbnail for Petrol Head Issue 1 comic trailer. That video. Petrol Head. Midlife, or How to Hero at 50, Volume 1. By Brian Buccellato. Here's the artwork before I forget to show it off. Brian Buccellato is the writer. Stefano Simeone is the artist. And that's it. I don't usually credit the letterer. Unless there's photographics and it's right there, then and there. Or if it's significant. Like it's Simon Boland. Like, always recognize his letterer. Most of the time, I don't recognize the letterer, but sometimes I'll be looking at the credits page, and I'll just, like, always be like, oh, it's just, you remember the names. Another one is whoever did the lettering for Man-Eaters. I remember that name. Not off the top of my head, obviously, but when I see it, I'm like, oh, that's the one for Man-Eaters. I think it was actually this, and it included the letterers, the same exact creative team as Mockingbird. Axcend, I believe at least. Axcend Volume One. The World Revolves Around You, written by Shane Davis, with artwork done by Shane Davis, who's a penciling, but the inking is done by Michelle Delecky. The colorist is Maury Hollowell. Sometimes they don't credit, no, sometimes they don't credit the inker. Sometimes they don't have an inker. It's very rare for Image. At least, from what I've noticed. But Axcend. This one I got for $7. Shipped and sold by Amazon. So I got it in 2 days. Incredible. Your only complaint, little bit of scuff there. That's whatever. That's worth it for $7. $7 and $14.99 is the cover price. That's unheard of for Amazon. Amazon's like, you know what? It's $14.99. It's cheap enough. Full price. You know what? $14.33. Just because the guys complain enough, instead of it being $14.99, $14.33. That's right. Yep. Come to Amazon. We're the best. Yep. And sometimes it'll be like, here, this book we've had in stock for 10 years, $7. There you go. Here you go. Get it out of here. Throw him in the snow without his coat. Is that the quote goes? It's I was doing the Linkara, the Trump Oni plays. Look, that's very funny. Look up Oni plays Linkara Trump animated. Very funny. One of the very few times I've laughed at a Oni plays video that was not co-hosted by Julian and Ding Dong. When I think of Oni plays, and when I'll say, "Oh, Oni plays are so damn funny. I really like them. It's so funny." Yada yada. That is because I'm referring to the Ding Dong and Julian era of Oni plays. It's hard to watch sometimes because sometimes I can't escape what happened to them. They were treated very poorly on Oni plays by Game Grumps. That's why I can't stand Game Grumps anymore. Anyways, moving on. Next book up is The Deadliest Bouquet by Erica Schultz. Volume 1. How many 27 minutes long? Alright, I'll go over them again after this and just like everything I have to mention. But anyways, Deadliest Bouquet, Volume 1 by Erica Schultz. Written by Erica Schultz. I'm becoming a writer, by the way. She did a few Marvel books I'm interested in picking up, like X-23 and Hallow's Eve. There's one of those writers I'm like, oh, she did this Marvel book, she did that Marvel book, cool. And I think in general, she was always that name that was like, that sounds familiar. Not because of Charles Schultz, but just in general. So she did the script and lettering. Carola, but sorry, it's only a few times I'll mention it. It's the same as the writer or artist. Carola Borelli is the artist. Gab Contreras is the colorist for issues 1 through 3, and Tom Chu is the colorist for 4 through 5. And then James Emmett the edits. Oh, Adrana Mello and Presbyter did the cover art, and then the interior cover art is done by Liana Kangas and Natasha Alaresi. I do not know what interior cover art means. Maybe this shit? I don't know. Because interior art usually means this. This is interior art. It's inside the book itself. But here you go. Here's the artwork for Deadliest Bouquet. This one collects 1 through 5. Oh, and this one's 1 through 5 too. 1 through 5 for Axcend. 1 through 5 Deadliest Bouquet. I'll have 5-issue series in here. It's a mini-series. Both Axcend and Deadliest Bouquet are 5-issue mini-series. Now on to the purchase that I don't regret. But if it hadn't been for the very few reasons why I decided to finally bite the bullet and get it, I would not have gotten it. And that is Silver Coin Volumes 1, 2, and 3. I don't know what that is for. Now this series, I was like, you know what? I know it's not what I want, but we're gonna get it once and for all. Whenever we decide to finally purchase Razor Blades. When we finally purchase Razor Blades hardcover for Image Comics, we're also gonna get the other recent Image Comics horror anthology. It's not Creepshow, Silvercoin. And then I got Razor Blades last month, or sorry, 2 months ago technically, back in May, and I didn't get this. So I was like, you know what? In the beginning of June, I had some extra money to spend earlier than the end of the month. So I was like, you know what? Let's get this and Deadliest Bouquet. Why not? So the reason for why. Each issue is written by a different writer. Matthew Walsh has written the most, or Michael Walsh. Michael Walsh has written the most amount. He writes 1 issue per volume. I don't know how he got that lucky, but they're all written by different writers. Now, sometimes I get lucky. Like, we got Kelly Thompson. This is the last Kelly Thompson book I need that's out right now, for trade-wise at least. Not including issue, that's the last book I need for Kelly Thompson from Image Comics. There you go. Bonus. But Ed Brisson is the only thing I have from Ed Brisson from Image. He's done a bunch more. Jeff Lemire, I only have 3 other books. There's a bunch from Jeff Lemire I need still. Same with Chip Zdarsky, so it's kind of like a lose-lose situation. But there was enough wins. We got Kelly Thompson, Volume 1. Volume 2, we have Josh Williamson. I was going to get... Still might get some more rest of Williamson books I need this month, but he's doing a series in November, so I'm like, maybe not. But still, Josh Williamson. Ron V. Vita Ayala. Michael Walsh, all 3. But James Tinian, technically. Stephanie Phillips, and Pornsack Pachodes. So it's like, it's a win-win for most of these. I wouldn't include Joshua Williamson in that wins, because I'm probably not going to get the rest of his work this month, because again, he has a series coming out in November. I'm like, might just wait till December. I don't know. Or when that trade comes out for G.I. Joe. I don't know. Because anything could happen. But anyways, but it was just one of those things, you know. It was like, I really want this, but you know what? Let's get it. Screw it. And last, but certainly not the least, Freshmen Volume 1 and Volume 2. Or otherwise known as Freshmen 2. Now this series, no, why with this, the third party sale I got this from did not have a slip of paper that did a little invoice. And this one come with it too? I don't think it's... This one did. This one did. Because it was in a Mylar. Which I think if you're selling a book and you're a third party seller and you can afford to, put it in Mylar. Of course, in the box itself, put it in Mylar. Now, Freshmen Volume 1 and Volume 2 is written by Hugh Sturbakov, but is co-created by Seth Green, the voice of Chris Griffin and co-creator of Robot Chicken. Both series are more Family Guy than Robot Chicken, but both are very significant in my cartoon watching world. I have spent a lot of time, every now and then I'll watch some Robot Chicken on YouTube, like little clips of that. Always get a little chuckle out of me. I like the Garfield one. I watched that a few days ago. Just, you know, a mildly funny show. Mad Magazine for adults, you know, so it has that kind of like that satire kind of parody. I actually like the humor in it. It's basically everything those Seltzer movies are trying to be. The like date movie and, you know, epic movie, but actually funny. Like Robot Chicken is all those movies, but actually funny because they actually did their homework. They weren't lazy. Now, Volume 1 collects 1 through 6 and the yearbook, which I'm very glad they collected. Because even though the yearbook is just like whatever, it's just like it's literally this. I don't even read this. Still nice to have. Still nice to know that this is what they meant by that. And I believe it's the artwork here is done by in the yearbook is done by Mark Silvestri. So there you go. And here is the artwork for Freshmen. The artist here is pencilers Leonard Kirk, inks Andrew Papoy, colors Tyson Wengler. Now again, and that's kind of funny. Why does Troy Patiri sound so familiar? He's a letterist. Why does it sound so familiar? I don't know. It just does. But I'll show you artwork again. I don't know why I didn't. I don't know if I didn't. I know he did. Now this one is also a bit significant because, and I believe it was for Volume 2, I kept seeing this at my local comic shop in their bargain bin. Obviously, never picked it up, but until now I got it off Amazon for third party seller. Now, co-created by Seth Green. Yeah, that probably just means Seth Green was like, yep, this is a book with my name on. Well, all it means, but it could also mean he came up with the idea. This is basically freshman superheroes, like freshman high school superheroes. Macaulay Culkin gave it praise, so good even a caveman could read it. That's Sarah Michelle Gellar, Freddie Prinze Jr., Brad Meltzer, Stan Lee, George Lucas. That should be enough for you guys to buy this book yourself. You don't need me to tell you that it's good. All those guys get praise. Joss Whedon. But less about that man the better. Sure, he directed The Avengers, but he also directed Being an Asshole. A Life by Joss Whedon. That was perfect. Usually I'm like stuttering on it, or I don't come up with the best, and I'm like, no, it's not the best way. No, but I did it perfectly. Alright, anyways, that, as I say, is that. I'm going to go over these again. And anything I forgot to mention, or it's like little things, I'll mention them again, kind of thing. Because when I was mentioning They're Not Like Us, I was a little bit, like, disjointed. So more organized. Long Hot Summer, smallest book ever that I own. Got a novel and floppy too. And I want to say book too. I want to say it's even smaller than most books. I don't know. No Wordman Volume One, the lesser of the two Eric Stevenson books I've read. They're Not Like Us was the best of the two. They're Not Like Us is Doom Patrol by Image Comics. But again, not a ripoff. Like if you like Doom Patrol, you'll love this. That's as I meant to say. I meant by it. Also go back to Eric Stevenson rule of these books where, yeah, the rest of he's done more than just this for Image Comics, but because they're out of print, I just get what I need. Like, I can get, like, Not Like Us, Nowhere Men, and then Long Hot Summer. Everything else, I'll say screw it to. Because there was things that was created by him too. It wasn't just, oh yeah, Youngblood created by Rob Liefeld, but he made his own. No, this is like no. He says it's like a 20-issue series that he written and created, and I get it only if it was the trades, they're out, but it's on trades, and if there were, they're out of print, or not, or incomplete, and incomplete actually, not even and ors, and incomplete. The trades were incomplete. And also for the Not Like Us, last issues I had to get on the Kindle for the would have been included in Volume 3. They finished off the series, they didn't. That's another thing. I like They're Not Like Us. If I'm gonna hate that ends on cliffhanger, time will tell. Still glad I own it. Sunburn, it's a good enough book. I got it mostly because of the artist. I don't usually do that, but there's an exception here. Also, it's a book I read before that I really liked. I liked enough. It was always significant enough. Library had it, but I bought it myself because it was significant or good enough for me to buy it to justify the purchase. Used, very good book. Good condition enough for it being used very good. Usually there's a lot more blemishes than this. Could probably pass off as used like new from other third-party sites I trust. Also, it was a thick book for a cheap price. Even like the list price was cheap enough. So I was like, let's get this. Gotta support those books as best I can. The Warning by Ed LaRoche. Yet another book that 6 or 10 on the Kindle was not popular enough to warrant the printing of Volume 2, so they had to do it just trades. They did just issues that again digitally, not on trade or physically at least. I mean, Almighty, the biker gang thing, the bike riders thing, not really in convention here. Syphon Volume 2 got Volume 1 way back in May of last year. Edenwood, the Eric Stevenson rule. Why if I get into the artwork? I don't know why I didn't, but here's the artwork. Petrol Head, the Rob Williams, it's easy for everyone, but I got it myself anyways, because screw it. It's the last Rob Williams book I needed, and it was easy for everyone. I decided to hell with it, we're getting it, as I meant to say. As I meant by stuttered speak. Like, I was doing the Joss Whedon thing, I said, oh, that's perfect, I didn't stutter at all. That's more what I meant than anything. Midlife, last Brian Bouquet trade I need. Gotta wait for no one to come out. That trade to come out. Even that's covered by Kyle Higgins. So it's kind of like, what's it more of? A Kyle Higgins book or a Brian Bouquet book? So as far as written by him and just him, this is all I need. But then again, Jennifer Young co-wrote Cannibal, so that shouldn't count. Axcend, cheap book, best price of $7, Amazon, shipped and sold by. Deadliest Bouquet, it was an Erica Schultz book, and what was the other thing? Just significant author, I guess. Silver Coin, Volume One, 2, and 3. One I've been putting off for a long time. Not because I forgot about it, like They're Not Like Us, but just one I just kept putting off because I was like, I really want this book. Then when I got, in May, when I got Razor Blade, I decided, you know what, we're getting this one. That was a rule I always had, at the very least. And finally, Freshmen Volumes 1 and 2. Seth Green co-created it. Family Guy man. Just significant. Also was one that I had got in. I kept seeing a comic shop. Not the one, not Newbury, but the one I used to go to before Newbury. But stopped going there because of their stupid, what do you call it? I don't know what you call it. Their no refund policy. I'm sorry, but if you're at a comic store, even, like, that one was should be doing well enough for itself. If you're a comic book shop, you should not have a no refund policy. Newbury Comics did it fine. They're like, don't keep returning for stupid reasons, or else they'll ban you probably. But it's just really dumb. And I got screwed over by them twice, and I was like, you know what? Twice is a charm. Goodbye. I like going there, but it's just kind of like Newbury Comics, and that was when they migrated from getting floppies to getting trades. Anyways, I was like, I getting trades more than anything, and I don't like getting random issues of comics. And that's what I was getting back then. Yeah, it was nice to get like random issues of yesteryear Fantastic Four. That was nice, but it was just random ass issues. I was like, you know what? That's the only reason that it has above going to Newbury. Let's go to Newbury. Why not do that? And then Amazon. Now it's Amazon mostly because of how the end of the month rule goes. And it's like, you know what? Let's do Amazon. And because it's on my mind all the time. Amazon books, Amazon comics, Amazon comics. And it's never Newbury. It's like, you know what? They have it here anyways, and sometimes it's cheaper. Why not? And yes, I could have probably found Sunburn for $5 at Newbury. It's a new copy, but what is? But yeah, Freshmen Volume 1 and Volume 2. And that is that. You know what I'm going to do, just for you guys that stuck around, here's a post-credit scene. Going over all the artwork. That way I know for a fact that I did it. And then I'll let you guys go. So I gotta go too. It's close to it's already close to dinner time. That's how long I've been doing this for. Long hot summer. But even then I came in like at 3:30, I think it was. So still a long time. Been doing this for 2 hours now. There's the artwork for Long Hot Summer. Nowhere Men. Artwork for Nowhere Men. Artwork for the Volume 1, They're Not Like Us. Again, they'll not do it for Volume 2. Oh, another thing I have to mention about Not Like Us. Those are suicide in a pretty like mature way. I remember that was what hooked me right off the bat. I was not expecting it to start out like that. Sunburn. I had 18 books total. I've mentioned that several times, but just in case I didn't. I'm doing this just in case I forgot to mention one. I forgot to show the artwork for one. I feel very incomplete. Like, as of right now, it's still just this kind of disjointed. I'm pretty sure I showed the artwork off for each book. Like 100% sure. But just in case, might as well. And I also want to make this a 43-minute video. Right there. So there you go. 1 minute longer, and it'll be the longest video of the month. And the longest video. I'm going to say it's June. But longer than my last video when I was going over less books. 4 less books. Because Silver Coin Volumes 1 through 3 and Deadliest Bouquet I got a while ago. And you already saw that. Like Edenwood, They're Not Like Us, all that huge pile. Those 14 books you hadn't seen before. Sorry, 16 books. No, 14 books you hadn't seen before. I was right, 14. I was right. In a second. Okay, hurry up. Shit, groceries. Alright, here, Midlife, here you go. Axcend, here you go. Axcend, yep. Deadliest Bouquet. Yep. And again, that's bad. Silver Bouquet, Silver Bouquet. And then, I know it's not Silver Bouquet, Deadliest Bouquet, and then Silver Coin. And then the character, like Chip Zdarsky one. Okay, do it again. I'm doing it way bad. There you go. The end.